Hello, my treasures. It's time to embrace the chaos of Yogg-Saron Rogue. This is a deck that a lot of people are going to be talking about over the coming weeks. The idea behind it is we are going to be using Yogg-Saron Unleashed, released in the new Titans mini set, and bouncing him back multiple times using some cards in Rogue, such as Shadow Step or Break Dance. We also are going to get huge advantage of mana cheating a bunch of high cost spells by generating as many chaotic tendrils as humanly possible. Now, this deck does rely on RNG, so it may or may not be the most consistent. However, across the 30 games I played with it, I ended up with a 60% win rate, way higher than I expected this package to ever get. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, Sinstone Graveyard is an incredibly good card to keep in your opening hand. Most of the cards in this deck cost 2 or lower, thus allowing you to get a huge ghosty on turn 4, which not a lot of decks can actually handle. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for the Concoction package, such as Potion Belt, and things like Chaotic Tendril in order to start ramping these up for late game. Now, let's look at some games. All right, a game against Warlock. I wonder what they have in store for us. It's probably going to be the same old Control Warlock style of deck. I do know a few people are having a little bit of success with a Yogg deck, which is cool. I think actually most classes can easily abuse Yogg in some form or manner. I'm just curious of which one will come on top, and I honestly think Rogue might be it. I'd be very much shocked if there's a better one. All right, this opener doesn't look that bad. Now, the Eye of Chaos is probably not that good of a card, especially with a setup for Sinstone Graveyard. Okay, there's Tour Guide. That still doesn't give me too much information. Now, do we want to just stockpile the one-cost cards? Let's just put down the Concoctor, because we can then put down Ghoulish next turn. I really do kind of want to start stockpiling cards just for Sinstone, but we do have pretty good way to get a lot of advantage anyways. We don't have to go for the 8/8 on turn 4, but we definitely can if we feel like it. And that is a very nice top deck. Now, come on, just put down the 7/7 4 cost, please. Actually, I guess it's turn 3, so they won't be able to do it now. But maybe they'll be able to do it next turn, and then we'll have the graveyard on board, and then we'll just go from there. Everything goes up. Not sometimes. There's the Mortal Eradication, getting rid of both of our minions. Going to slam down the Sinstone Graveyard. Okay, they're going to forge a card. I'm curious of what that's going to be. What forge cards do Warlock use? I guess they could be using the 2-drop that gives a holy spell. I mean, that isn't really the best card in the world, but does increase the survivability of Warlock by a little bit. We could also put down this Chaotic Tendril just to put it down, but I think we're just going to go face and then pass it back. Depending on what they slam down next turn, we might change our plans too. Ice Stalk on turn 5 wouldn't be bad, but they're going to put down Forge of Wills, and then, okay, a 2-cost minion. Do we really want to... yeah, let's just do it like this. We could also coin out, and then bounce this back, and then go face. I kind of want to hit this just because it's another 5/5, and they shouldn't be able to deal with it unless they have the 4-drop. If they have the 4-drop, then oh well, we're a little bit screwed, but we do have a lot of tendrils in hand. Drain Soul, they're going after the 5/4. File. Oh, they don't have another removal tool. That's a little bit of a waste in my opinion, but it is what it is. We're going to have 5 tendrils in hand. We're not going to be able to hold all these tendrils. Drained Soul gets rid of the minion, leaving the 5/4 up. Astalor, okay. This does really look like an old version of the deck. Oh, 2 Forge of Wills. We do kind of struggle a little bit on having a bunch of removal, but we should be able to get... oh, definitely. Put this down. 2-drop that does nothing. Chaotic Tendril number 3. Yogg is not with us tonight. No, he is not. Hey! Our luck's turning around. All right, so this should be at 8/8, right? Oh, no, 7/7. Okay, that's still strong. That's actually pretty strong because it does force them to drop the 4-drop if they have it. Sympathy of Sins. Oh, at least the one time it isn't Envy. Envy just screws this deck so hard if you don't have Yogg already in hand. There's Sargeras. They're probably going to eat all of our minions, I'd assume. And then put down 2 6/12s. No, they're going for the taunts. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Do we have an easy way to remove their entire board is the question. Also, worth mentioning, they sadly fixed what was quote unquote a bug with Sargeras, where you could reverb to then make your opponent eat all of their own minions, which sucks because that was such a cool little interaction that not a lot of people would knew unless they were playing at higher level. It was a cool interaction too. Come on, act more as a board clear. There we go. I really just want to get Sargeras off the board. Let's go face. Can bounce around, get everything back in hand. This does allow us to scale up a little bit more. We're trying to remember exactly what spell cost we're at right now. Okay, we're at 6. 6 is actually... There's actually a big variety of spells it could be. 7 is usually either Pack the House or I think... trying to think of what the other set... Divine Toll are the 2 7-cost spells that I know off the top of my head. I know there are others, and then 8 is like almost always an AoE board clear. There's very few 8-cost spells that aren't an AoE board clear, and that's the one that you have to worry about. If you have a full board of stuff, you probably don't want to put down a Tendril. I found out that the hard way. Well, I guess we're just going to watch them heal up to full because they got a flash heal. Oh no. Are they going to have another type of heal? They are. Perfect for us. All the damage that we did and how close they were. Oh, at least they got Spotlight. Probably the most dead card that they possibly could have gotten off of that second Watcher. Let's use the first Tendril. Life and Death. I don't really like the draw, but I'll take it, I guess. Another Tendril. Breakdance. So this is 7 costs. Oh yeah, Faithful Companions is also just a dead. The one time I want AoE, I don't get AoE. But if I did not want the AoE, it would have. Of course, the Scourge. The Scourge of my world. On. I mean, at least it targeted itself. Potion Belt, I guess. Kill another one. Yay, Yogg! 1 mana too late, but we're about to unleash your fury on them, my friend. Let's get Door of Shadows just out of the deck. Oh, we probably should have kept that for later. Oh, hey, a 12/12. I'll take a 12/12. 12/12 is pretty good. Clears out the board if they attack into it, which is always good. Of course they had reverbs. Of course they had it, because why wouldn't they have it? That they should have went for the 12/12. That's an interesting choice. A very interesting choice that is probably going to cost them the game. All right. It's about time for us to unleash Yogg upon them. Behold the chaos of the god of death. We're going to make them feel a little bit insane wiping out the board like this. Goodbye. Bouncing him back. We're going to feel a little bit chaotic. Buffing that up. Feeling even more chaotic. Pyroblast, come on, hit face. Not our face. Wrong face. Come on, hit their face. Okay, the Divine Shield is not where I wanted it either. Let's get Bubbling ×2. Then Hero Power, that's going to be 6 free damage next turn. Hopefully they don't have a board clear. The Chaos has backfired on us quite a bit. Okay, well, I mean... Alright, so... I was going to say I should put down Putricide before I don't get advantage off of this. We're not going to fill our hand with Tendrils as much as I really, really, really want to. I think this will just make our life a lot easier. So, 3 damage to face, 3 damage to face. Can we get something cool for good old Yogg? Animal Companion is not cool. And we gotta remember not to use our little location here when we have a full board like this. Now, bounce around would be a really nice top. Wait, did we already use bounce around? This is a long game. I don't. I start forgetting what cards we've used and what cards we haven't used. All right, defile, defiling the odds. Just keep Yogg alive. I don't know how you'd keep Yogg alive, but just keep him alive. Okay, Sloth doesn't remove Yogg. Sir Finley doesn't remove Yogg. I'm assuming they're looking for Drained Soul, right? Okay, 6 damage to our face. I would have preferred to have that, but, sometimes you can't get what you really want. How do we want to do this? Let's use Animal Companion just to get this. Oh, a Taunt. Taunt is actually pretty nice. Fill our hand. These are going to be 10 cost cards. Come on, Chaos. Give us something chaos. Not the right type of chaos there. Not the right type. Oh, protect Yogg. All right, that works, I guess. Well, how do we do this? Let's see what we can get chaotic wise. Convoke, perfect. Come on, give us like Drum Circle. Drum Circle would be really nice right about now. Come on, Drum Circle. One Drum Circle. That's all I'm asking for. One Drum Circle. I just want everything buffed up. I don't want to draw through my entire deck, please. 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 I don't want to draw through my deck. Come on. Drum Circle, please. I mean, at least we... Okay, how many Convokes did we just have there? 3 Convokes in a row? That Yogg is getting really, really fatty. Aquatic form. Okay, okay. Now, we just need them not to have Twisting Nether, right? Twisting Nether is the thing that screws us over. I mean, it doesn't screw us that bad, but it does a little bit. Okay, Ignis could be really, really bad depending on what they get. Please don't have Wind Fury and Armor Game. That could just end the game for us if they have it. Okay, okay, they're at 5 HP. Come on. Do we got it? Ooh. Oh, that could be bad. That could have been way, way worse. Okay, okay. I think there's blood in the water because I think they are about to be finished off by our mixed concoctions. Bye-bye. Okay, time for a game against Mage. You know, out of all the Mage portraits or hero skins, I kind of regret not picking that one up just because it's the most unique so far. Then again, I do regret not picking up Reno also. The Reno skin I really, really do regret. All right, this opener, I'm going to get rid of everything besides grip because we got to get a grip on this game early on or we're going to just lose. Let's just hero power and then pass it back to them. Pyroblast. I guess we just go face and then hero power again. We could have also used the Tendril, but I'm kind of saving it just in case we draw into a graveyard. Graveyard actually just lets you win the game for the most part. Planted Evidence gives us Shadow Steps. Shadow Steps actually really, really nice. Then we can just pass it back to them again. A cold case. So, is this Skeleton Mage? I haven't seen that deck in ages. Let's grab or 2 Dreadful Concoctions. We're going to save them for later. All right, bouncing this back. And slamming it down again just to slam it down. Frozen Touch, come on, hit. That is not where I wanted it to hit. At least it did power up the Shadow or Door of Shadows. Hey, Yogg. Yogg this early is actually pretty nice. All right, let's see what we can get here. Gone fishing times 2. Might as well use one of the gone fishings. Oh, I found an interesting little hidden synergy, maybe a bug. I don't know what you want to call it. If you have Shadow of Demise hit by the Door of Shadows, and then you use a concoction that makes a new concoction, then it'll just stay in your hand no matter what. Or maybe it's just whenever the Shadow of Demise actually transforms. I can't remember which it is. Now, that isn't really that bad of a card to randomly generate, but the fact that it shows the 8/8s might mean we might not actually get to it before the game is over. Though this deck is a little bit slow, so who knows, we might be able to. There's the keyboard. They're going to start getting like 3/3s, 4/4s, and probably 7/7s and such, which is a little bit annoying. It also depends on like, let's grab grip here, go face, do a little bit more damage. All right, so Yogg is 5 cost, which is good. And we have a majority or mostly empty hand, which is also nice. Arcane Artificer. That's going to get rid of all 3 or all 4 of our minions. Of course it will. Of course. Just of course. Why wouldn't it get rid of everything? And it gives us 1/1s in our hand, which is even more annoying. Let's use the Tendril here. Army of the Dead. That wipes out their board. I think what we'll do is slam down the 1/1s just to slam them down. Hopefully they don't have Deathborn. Deathborn might be bad for us, but I don't think it'll affect us too badly. Door of Shadows is nice. Door of Shadows actually as a top deck with all these minions is pretty good. They're drawing 2 cards. Discovery of Magic. So they're Skeleton Mage with a Sif package, probably, which could become very deadly very quickly because we are at a lower HP pool. Let's get rid of both of the minions just to get rid of them both. This also allows us to empty out our hand pretty well, too. Now we bounce. Good old Yogg back because he knows how to break dance. I don't know how a giant squid-like monster he knows how to do that, but you know. Oh, Shadow Step. Got a little bit too greedy. Oh, and that drum circle would have been nice if it was the other ability on the drum circle. Let's get rid of one of them. Let's slam this down. This is probably a huge mistake because it's always twisting nether. I really need... I think this game was early on in testing when I didn't realize what the pools were like for certain spells. But I swear, 8 cost spells always ended up being a board clear 90% of the games. And the few times I really needed the board clear, it wasn't. Okay. We could clear that out with Yogg. I don't know if we want to. Oh, we got our 8/8s. That's fun. All right, so Sunwell for 9. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Let's wipe out their board. And then we'll take them down a little bit. Oh, they had a Yogg of their own. For some weird reason, I didn't consider... yes. Yes. Leave one of the 8/8s up. Let's go. For some weird reason, I didn't consider them running Yogg. Also, there's a fun little thing that we can do here. Yogg's about to betray them. Because what's better than... Oh, I guess not yet. We're just going to do a bunch of face damage. And what's better than 1 Yogg, but 2? We're going to rain the chaos of their Yogg into ours. And then, I guess we could just fill our hand for shits and giggles. And do a little bit of extra damage, draw a card. Ooh, do a little bit of extra damage, draw a card. I'll break dance. We could break dance one of the Yoggs back to hand, but I don't think we need it. Convoke. All right. 1 HP. Come on. Oh, please don't mill myself. Convoke. This is not where you betray me. The spirits be with us. Yogg be with us. Come on, come on, come on. Just 1 more damage to their face, please. Convoke number 3 or 2. Hey, Moonbeam to victory. I got myself a beaming with this RNG. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, as mentioned before, I played 30 games with the deck and had a 60% win rate across those games. I was incredibly shocked of how well this deck actually performed, as I expected the Tendril package to be really inconsistent just because there is no huge payoff. But it turns out if you can get enough Convoke the Spirits at 10 cost for 1 mana, you should be able to win out most games, especially if you can keep bouncing back Yogg-Saron as both a board clear and a way to refill your Tendrils for later on. Honestly, for a day 1 deck, this is incredibly strong and something that I can easily recommend you all to play. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.